My daddy is robots.
Hello everyone, this is Cybertronianbeast, and let's talk Transformers. Today we're taking a look at Unique Toys Maniaking. And I have no regrets, other than the fact that I probably should have waited until they released the animation colors. Anyway, first off, let's take a look at the packaging on this sucker. As far as third-party toys go, Unique Toys Maniaking, this guy wins the award for beefiest packaging. This is the thickest box I have ever seen on a package. Like, nothing on the back, but that is thick. Here on this side, you got a picture of the toy. Back to the front here, Maniaking. On the bottom, warning. And we saw that. There's the alt mode. But yeah, and then this is how hard it is to get the box out of here. Look at, oh my goodness. Ooh, pull. Come on out. Come on. There we go. Holy cow. Okay, first off, instructions, collector card. Those are always good to get with third-party toys. And this is how they ship it. Like, holy cow. So there's not a lot in the box, but you've got a whole bunch of styrofoam. And we can take out, it's in layers, so you can take out the first layer. And there's Maniaking in there with his gun, or his, cannon. But yeah, anyway, let's get him out of there. Alright, so here is Maniaking out of the box, and everything's cleaned up. Now, before I got into any of the, the actual review, I wanted to do a little size comparison because, it's third-party toys and nobody really knows exactly what you're getting into. First off, I wanted to show you what he is compared to his Classics or Universe Deluxe counterpart. So this is currently the only official Galvatron that's out. So, yeah, it's small. There's a lot of complaints against it. It's got a really small head, blah, blah, blah. But, and it turns into a tank, so. Masterpiece Optimus Prime. Pretty big by comparison. He's pretty big by comparison. And the only other third-party company comparison I have, and that's probably the closest one, is Fans Project Protector armor for the deluxe Rodimus. So yeah, and obviously in the animation, Optimus Prime really didn't deal all that much with Galvatron. It was really Hot Rod or Rodimus Prime that dealt with Galvatron a lot. So really it would be these two that I would stand these guys next to, and not a lot of Optimus here. But that's your size comparison, in case you were wondering how big he actually is. So, anyway, let's take a look a little closer at this guy. And, yeah. He does have his big, huge cannon here. So we'll take that off. And this is an integral part of the transformation, which is a lot different than a lot of the other figures. This becomes part of the alt mode. And I believe on the new version of this figure, the, animation colors, this is obviously a little bit better colored, and there is a laser or LED built in. So one of these little panels here becomes a button, and it shoots a little light beam out from the inside there. So yeah, we'll put that to the side for a second just to take a closer look at the articulation on Galvatron here, or Maniaking. So he does have ankle tilts. Woo! Knees, not exactly 90 degrees, but yeah. And if you get it away from the, like a straight up and down, you do actually have a knee swivel here. You do have a thigh swivel as well. And you have a waist joint. It's more of a front and side rather than a back. Can't really go back. You do have a waist swivel, and that's a bit of a ratchet there. Soft ratchet. Onto your shoulders. This is a good ratchet joint here. And then here too. So forward and back, side to side. You have a bicep swivel there. You do have an elbow joint. And then no wrist swivel. And I know that the no wrist swivel really caused a lot of controversy with this guy. Oh my god, it's a $100 toy and no wrist swivel. Right? Get over it, guys. And then the head. The head is, I like the head. As far as articulation goes, he does have these pylons on the side of his head that he really can't get past. Like he couldn't see past, but his head does actually twist around 360 degrees. And then as far as the detail on his head, I'm going to zoom in for this one. The detail, these little spikes on here, these are sharp. Like, you could really bite yourself with those if you're not careful. So yeah, if you've got this guy, watch out for those spikes. I mean, actually, if you've got this guy, you probably know what I'm talking about. And then lastly, on the back here, zoom out. Just the rest of this detail is mainly meant for alt mode, but it really does add a little bit of detail to the robot mode as well. And the only other point that I was going to make for robot mode is this little part here, his abs, Maniaking's abs, and that's iconic from the cartoon. So yeah, I really like the way that this guy looks. There is a lot of detail on him, and I'm glad that they've incorporated a lot of that. And plugging the gun on his arm, you can get a lot of poses in on him. So you get the arm up, you twist it over, and you can get a lot of it there. So he does look pretty good. Yeah, he's cool. Okay. Now getting into the transformation, we're going to take the cannon off, and we'll just get rid of the arms for a second. We'll deal with them in a bit. We're going to deal with the legs first because they're important and need to be done first. So we're going to take the cod piece here, and we're just going to flip that up right out of the way. We're going to take the feet, and we're going to flip those in here and get them, turn them right around like that. And then we're going to open up the legs, and when we do that, we're going to flip these pieces out like so. And we're going to, I don't know whether you can see it here, but this is kind of in a groove here. So we're going to push it out of the groove. We're going to spin it around the groove, facing backwards. And very important to remember, you got to do like a quarter turn on this thing. So it's now sitting side to side with the black knee piece here. But once you've finished it, very important to remember to push it back into the peg that it turned on. Because if you do not remember to do that, you'll have a hell of a problem. Flip this little panel up here as well, just to give yourself a little bit of wiggle room here. Okay, now you've got to do the exact same thing you just did on the other side. Open it up, flips the side, you're going to push it out, spin around, flip that up here, do your quarter turn, and then push it back in like that. Okay, so now that you've got that done, you can line them up like this, and you can bend them in towards each other, because you got to make a circle here. And once you've got them facing each other, you can connect them. And they should connect pretty easily. It's a bit of a pain to try and get them sometimes, but they should line up pretty easily. Some of the stuff you may have to turn the legs on the inside because that's where they're lined up. But other than that, that's where they go, and there you go, together. Well, kinda. Sometimes they'll pop out. When you put the barrel in there, it'll help hold everything together. And then the cod piece will slide over top just like that. You can straighten out all of this stuff here. These things come to the side. When you flip the guy up, when you flip the body up, that sits like that. These come down like this. That's pretty much how it's supposed to look right now. Like Galvatron sitting on a barrel, or sitting in a barrel. Yeah, so that's really the way it's supposed to look. Okay, next we're going to flip the arms back. Oh, we'll just flip these back for a second here. Flip the arms back. That's going to allow for this to just drop to the back here. And then we're going to flip the head up slightly, and it's going to bring the rest of this stuff with it. We're going to bring this little piece here, this chunk, we're going to bring it up just slightly. Maybe. Pop that down. Maybe, we're going down with it. That's right. Going down with it, and then it's coming up. And there we go. That's going to reveal a large hole here, which is actually going to go into this peg right here. So we can, if you want to, you can flip the arms up into the empty space right now, and we'll deal with them in a sec, but you can bring that around right onto the peg right now. That's a tough peg, so you might have to use a little bit of elbow grease on there, but there you go. It's on there. You bring down these little panels right there, and that covers the other side of the barrel. And so you've got all that, and this is the way it looks now. It's all kind of messed up. Okay, so we're gonna flip out this kickstand here. We got that here. So that's your kickstand. And that's out of the way. Now that that's out of the way, we've got this huge hole here, and that's, guess what? That's where your arms go. So you flip them so they face outwards like that. So you've got the shoulders facing outwards. You're going to face that up so you can see it a little better. You're going to deal with the hands right now. See if I can get that out of the way so you can see. There you go. The hands in here like this. You're going to separate them like that. This side comes down all the way like this. You're going to then bring this side down like that, and you're going to fold the hand in like that, and it makes a perfect side. So same on this side, bringing that down like that, folding the hand in, and there you go. That's where the hands go. Nicely put away like that. And you're going to see, I'll show it to you right now, there are two little peg holes right there, kind of angled, and we're going to deal with those right now. you take the gun apart, and you've got 1, 2 right here, and it just plugs right into that. Right there. Now on the bottom here, you've got these pylons here that I referred to earlier. These are your actual treads. You unfold them completely, do a little spin, and there you go. Now you can bury Galvatron's head or Maniaking's head. Just like that. It doesn't really go away completely. You can always see it there if you kind of look. And then last but not least, we are going to put the barrel in the front here. I always make sure I put the screws facing the bottom. Just common sense, really. Do a little separation. You've got a tab here and a tab here, and there's ports on the inside there. Just find one of them, jam it in there. Find the other one with the other side, jam it in there, and you're done. Use the legs to find the position you want this guy in, and you have got yourself a very G1 looking Galvatron, or a extremely looking Maniaking. But yeah, it looks great. That's a great looking figure. I love the way that this thing looks. The way the arms come together with the rear part of the gun just make the back of this thing look great. I really, really do like it. I honestly didn't think I would. I have to say that the plastic does have a feel of cheapness to it, but it is definitely not. It is not cheap. So I mean, I'm feeling it, and it doesn't feel like Hasbro plastic, but it's a very strong quality plastic, especially with some of the tolerances and the tightness that you have to put it through. It's very strong. But yeah, I really like the way that this thing looks. If you have any questions about Maniaking, please let me know. Leave a question or comment in the YouTube thread here, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to talk Transformers with me on Twitter, just follow me at Cybertronianbeast. You can check out my Facebook page. Just search Cybertronianbeast on Facebook. Click like. Everything that I post on there will come to you in your newsfeed. And definitely check out the podcast that I'm on. I do a weekly podcast with 3 other guys, and it's called Transmissions, and it's been doing pretty good, I think. We've had a lot of the comic creators come on, and a couple people that create toys, and we're really excited about it. It's been a lot of fun so far. So check it out. You can find it at transmissionspodcast.com, or on iTunes, or Stitcher, or TuneIn Radio. So take a look. Let us know what you think. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Cybertronianbeast, and I will talk to you later.